And a national organization is working to improve veteran and military mental health and eliminate veteran suicide. Cornelia Nicholson shares how they took to the streets in Chattanooga for the annual Irreverent Warriors Silkies hike.
Veterans and military members put on their silkies and laced up their combat boots to meet bright and early at Riverfront Park for the annual scenic hike around Chattanooga. Steve Cowart, coordinator for the Irreverent Warriors Silkies hike, says they've been doing it for the last 3 years to give veterans a sense of community.
I mean, we have this epidemic of 22 people a day that are committing suicide, and a lot of that's due because they get isolated. When they get out of the military, they get isolated from what they know.
Cowart, who's also a veteran, says he got involved with Irreverent Warriors when a young Marine he knew committed suicide when he came home from service. He says he did his first hike in 2020, and it impacted him more than he ever thought it could.
What I came to realize was that after being out for over 20-something years, I never really felt like that I fit in. I always felt like a square peg in a round hole. And when I got around the other vets, I learned that I was missing my community, right? So I gained my family back.
For co-coordinator and veteran Christina Jocelyn, the hike also has a special meaning for her.
My very first one was in Chattanooga 2 years ago, right after a friend of mine committed suicide. Most of us here have been affected by that somehow.
Jocelyn says with the death of her friend, she didn't feel like getting out of bed, but she's glad she went on that hike.
I connected with my people. I was a veteran, and I hadn't really connected with the veteran community since I got out, and it just gave me a chance to kind of reconnect.
The annual hike gathers veterans nationwide. The first year in Chattanooga, they had around 50 veterans, and today there were 120.
Also, I hear testimony from a number of different ones that tell us, that say, if it weren't for this, I probably wouldn't be here.
Both coordinators say their mission is to simply bring veterans together for laughter and camaraderie. In Chattanooga, Cornelia Nicholson, Local 3 News.